You've been carrying it for so long now, haven't you? That weight, the one no one sees, the one you don't talk about at dinner tables or late night calls. It sits in your chest like a stone, and you've learned to breathe around it. You've learned to smile through it. You've become so good at pretending you're fine that sometimes even you believe the lie. But tonight, you don't have to pretend anymore. Tonight, we're going to talk about the truth, the one you've been avoiding, the one that's been keeping you up at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering if this is all there is, because you deserve to hear it. And more than that, you deserve to feel it. Somewhere along the way, doubt slipped in through the cracks. Maybe it was after the breakup that shattered your idea of forever. Maybe it was the dream that died quietly in your hands. Or maybe it was just life. The slow, relentless grind that made you forget who you were before the world told you who you should be. And doubt is a thief. It doesn't break down your door. It doesn't announce itself. It whispers, quietly, constantly. You're not ready. They were right about you. Maybe you're not built for this. And the worst part? You start to believe it. You had plans once, big ones, the kind that made your heart race and your hands shake with excitement. Plans that felt like destiny, like purpose, like the reason you were put on this earth. But doubt hijacked them, one by one. It turned your dreams into what-ifs and your courage into hesitation. It convinced you that wanting more was selfish, that trying again was foolish, that staying safe was the same thing as being smart. So you stopped reaching. You stopped risking. You stopped believing that the life you imagined could ever actually be yours. Now you sit in the silence of your own life, wondering how you got here, how someone who once burned so bright became afraid of their own light. You feel it, don't you? The exhaustion, not just in your body, but in your soul. You're tired of fighting, tired of hoping, tired of waiting for the version of yourself you thought you'd become by now. You look in the mirror and you barely recognize the person staring back. Where did they go? The dreamer, the believer, the one who used to think anything was possible. And some nights, the loneliest nights, you wonder if you'll ever find your way back. You scroll through other people's lives and you feel it, that ache, that comparison, that voice that says everyone else figured it out except you. Everyone else got the memo on how to be happy, how to be successful, how to be enough. But you're stuck, paralyzed, watching your own life pass by like a movie you're not even starring in anymore. And doubt keeps whispering, "See? I told you. You were never meant for more than this." But here's what doubt doesn't want you to know. It's not stronger than you. It never was. Doubt is loud, but it's not truth. It's an echo, a shadow, a story you've told yourself so many times it started to sound like fact. And tonight, we're going to stop listening, because you are not the sum of your setbacks. You are not the mistakes you've made or the love you've lost. You are not the job you didn't get or the person who walked away. You are not the plans that fell apart or the doors that closed in your face. You are the one who got up anyway. You are the one who kept breathing when the air felt too heavy. The one who showed up to another day, even when yesterday broke you. The one who searched for answers in the dark because somewhere deep inside, you still believed there was light. That's not weakness. That's warrior-level strength. See, doubt hijacks your plans because it knows something you've forgotten. You were always capable of more. And the moment you remember that, the moment you stop negotiating with fear and start moving anyway, everything changes. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to know the ending before you start. You just need to take one step, then another, and slowly, so slowly you might not even notice at first, you'll start to recognize yourself again. The person you were before the heartbreak, before the rejection, before the world convinced you that you weren't enough. That person, they never left. They've been here the whole time, waiting, believing, holding space for your return. Think about it. Every single time you thought you couldn't go on, you did. Every time you thought you'd break, you bent, but you didn't shatter. Every time doubt told you to quit, Something in you whispered, "Not yet." That voice, that stubborn, beautiful, relentless voice, that's your truth. That's your power. And it's been speaking to you this whole time. You've just been listening to the wrong voice. So here's what I need you to do right now, in this moment. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for someone else to believe in you first. Decide. Decide that doubt doesn't get to write the next chapter. Decide that your past doesn't get to dictate your future. Decide that you are worthy of the life you've been dreaming about. Not someday, not when you're better, but right now, because you are ready. You've always been ready. You've just been afraid to own it. If these words find a piece of your heart tonight, stay. There's more here for souls like yours. The plans doubt tried to hijack, they're still breathing. They're still possible. They're still calling your name. And this time, you're going to answer. So let me tell you something you need to hear. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not broken beyond repair. You are healing. Even now, even in the mess, even in the doubt, healing doesn't look like perfection. It doesn't look like never falling apart. It looks like showing up. It looks like choosing yourself when no one else does. It looks like forgiving the version of you who didn't know better yet. And your plans, the ones doubt tried to steal, the dreams you buried because they hurt too much to hold, they're still yours. They're still possible. They're still waiting for you to remember that you were born to build, to love, to rise, not to shrink. You don't owe the world your silence. You don't owe your past your future. You don't owe doubt another day of your life. What you owe is this: one honest try, one brave moment, one choice that says, "Not today, fear. Today, I choose me." Because that's where it starts. Not with certainty, not with applause, not with a standing ovation from people who never believed in you anyway. It starts with a quiet, trembling decision to stop letting doubt write your story. And when you do that, when you finally step back into your own life with intention and fire and a refusal to stay small, everything you thought you lost will start to find its way back to you. Not because life suddenly got easier, but because you became stronger, wiser, braver, unshakable. You'll start to notice it in small ways at first. The way you speak to yourself will change. The way you show up will shift. The way you protect your peace will become non-negotiable. You'll stop apologizing for taking up space. You'll stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. You'll stop waiting for the right time, because you'll realize that the right time is always now. And the people who doubted you, the ones who counted you out, they'll watch in amazement as you rise, but their opinions won't matter anymore, because you'll finally understand that the only validation you ever needed was your own. This is your comeback season. This is where you take everything that tried to break you and turn it into the foundation of everything you're about to become. The heartbreak? It taught you what you'll never settle for again. The failure? It showed you what doesn't work, so you can find what does. The silence? It gave you space to hear your own voice again. And doubt? Doubt was just a test, a challenge, a question. How badly do you want this? And now you know the answer. So tonight, I want you to make a promise, not to anyone else, not to the people who hurt you or the dreams that didn't work out the first time. To yourself. Promise that you won't let doubt have the final word. Promise that you'll keep going, even when the path is unclear. Promise that you'll remember. You are not your fear. You are the courage that rises in spite of it. Promise that you'll honor the fight it took to get here, that you'll stop treating your survival like it's ordinary. Because what you've endured, what you've overcome, that's extraordinary. And if this message reminded you that your heart still beats for something greater, don't leave quietly. Let the world know you're still here, that you're still fighting, that you're still becoming. Because the world needs what only you can give. The world needs your story, your strength, your light. And your story? It's far from over. In fact, it's just beginning.